Good morning, everyone. Oh my god, I felt like a teacher just then, like, I don't know if it's the same in every country, but when you're like, good morning, like the teacher's like that, and everyone's like, good morning, miss. That's what I felt just then. Anyway, I'm just gonna try and ignore what Price is doing right now because obviously it's the morning. I didn't film my trade recap last night, but it's first thing in the morning, and luckily we get to see what actually ended up happening. I got off the charts around about, honestly, around about when Price hit this level because I was super tired yesterday. So I didn't stay up because usually I stay up till around about here, which is 12:30 p.m. my time. But I don't know if you guys have watched my last few episodes, but I've just constantly been like, I'm so tired, I'm so tired. So last night I actually got like a decent night's sleep. I definitely didn't go to sleep early, but when I say decent night's sleep, I maybe went to sleep at like 10:30. Which meant that I was up for the London and New York crossover this time here. But once I could see Price make this indication and correction, I was just more like, oh, I don't really think that Price is going to correct all the way and do it form a continuation at my level by the time I'm awake for, which kind of sucks. That's the one thing that sucks about being in Australia and still working a job is like, I don't like, obviously for everyone else, like in other countries, like I think the London's probably like the best for New York session because it's like it starts at what, like 3 o'clock in the afternoon for you guys. Like that is so good. Because like you can like have your day and then like 4 p.m. comes and you can like clock onto the charts. But for me, it's good. I like it if I wasn't working a job. But I mean, you can see it on the bottom because my time zone, you can obviously see it here. So it starts at 9 a.m. for me. 9 p.m., sorry, 9 p.m. Is that 9 p.m.? I'm not very good with 24-hour time. It starts at 9 p.m. and then ends at 5 a.m. my time. So it's literally overnight. But I think in here it says something different. In here it says it starts at 8 p.m. So it starts at 8 p.m. and then finishes around about 5 a.m. So like that's a little bit crazy. But usually, yeah, I'll stay awake for this crossover, and then I'll stay awake till like 12, and then by the time usually PM session of New York comes in, there's not really very many entries, so it's okay. But there was a little bit of okay. I want to address it first because when I saw Trades by Sky post his trade, I was like, oh, everyone's gonna be like, why don't you take an entry? But I'll explain to you guys my confusion. Maybe I'm obviously not at Sky's level, so I'm not gonna take or see every single trade that he takes. Like I'm not gonna understand it, and just because he sends a trade and just because he says, oh, I'm hopping into this trade, doesn't mean I'm automatically gonna hop into the trade. And I almost think it's like the worst thing to do because it's like I'm gonna come on here and be like, oh yeah, I took the trade because this and this, but like what if I don't actually understand? Like, so yeah, I didn't take the same trade that he took because I didn't really understand why he took it. I understood like to an extent, but I'll explain everything. But I'm gonna start on the 4 hour and explain this little line here. So I saw someone else's charts were marked up with this as the line for price to break out of. And what was interesting is that when Trades by Sky sent a message and said, oh, maybe I will actually trade because he was going to take off the rest of this month, it was when price crossed this level. So I was like, oh, Trades by Sky probably has the same level marked out, which really, like when you look at this big range here, it is the low, and then obviously price formed a new low and then it broke this low, so it still broke out and formed bearish price. Can't speak. It formed bearish price action or market structure, but then it wasn't until it crossed here where it was like, yep, okay, price is definitely going bearish, and then it was the same thing. Like obviously I've got it marked out here, but I had it marked out on my weekly, which we all saw. Like if you watched my weekly analysis video, I had it marked out on my weekly and price did cross it, and then that's as soon as Sky was like, yeah, let's get back into gold. So that was good. I'm glad that I had that on my weekly analysis. I think having it on a daily kind of confused me a little bit, but that's okay. But once like I had this area marked out because I'm like, okay, there's a level of buyer sitting here. So I obviously had this marked out this morning. No, I had these two levels. I had to move this across so that I could see it, because when I was looking at recent price action, I was like, okay, we're looking for an indication and correction to this level. However, oh, there's an alert. However, oh, what's happening? Hold on. Oh no. I need to just not pay attention to that, because I mean, everything in me is like, oh my god, price is selling. Oh my god, price is selling. Because I was literally about to explain to you guys that I wanted to take sales underneath that level, and price is selling right now. But I'm just gonna let price do what it wants to do. Whatever it does is fine. I'm not gonna take an entry before Asia session even starts. Like, no, I'm not gonna do that. Even though I want to, I'm not going to. It's fine. Okay. Can ignore that. What was I even up to? Yeah, I moved that across because I wanted to see, but what I had marked out this morning yesterday morning was these two levels. I was like, okay, price kind of made an indication and correction, and it looked like it was going to make a continuation, but on the lower time frames, it wasn't super clear on the continuation. And then I had put up a few mock trades on what entries and TPs and everything I would want. And I think this is where, because I was trying to figure it out last night, like where on the charts was trades by Sky's trade. Like I couldn't figure out if it was most recent price action here or if it was here. So I think he took a trade and then he didn't send it into, he didn't post it for a little bit, like a few hours, which is like, he doesn't need to do that. Like it's totally fine. But I was just trying to figure it out on the charts. But for me, if I were to have taken a trade on this price action, I would have wanted to take it in New York session. I just wouldn't have been awake for this. Probably would have taken it here. Actually, where's the indication being made? Okay, yeah. Would have taken it over here, which is negative RR, or here, which is negative RR. And then even taking it here is all negative RR. If I took one in Asia session, according to my strategy, every strategy is different. Every strategy is going to look different. Like, everyone's entries are going to look slightly different. We could have taken one like this, but it's in Asia sessions, so I would have been a little bit skeptical. I didn't want to take this. But if I were to take a safe trade, it would have looked like this. But if I wanted to have the high RR, it would have looked like this. But I didn't want to take that trade. That move is so frustrating, but it's fine. I'm just not gonna. It's gonna silence it out of my mind right now. But yeah, so that was like, I was confused on why he took a trade here, and obviously you can see the market conditions are not that clear. Like, I'm not gonna say they're like outright awful. They're just not the clearest. Like, when you're tracking the highs and you're tracking the lows, it gets to a point where it's kind of ranging a little bit. And I didn't want to take that. See how it's like, it broke a low, and then it failed to make a swing high, and then it made a higher low, and then made a higher high, then it broke a low. It's just doing a lot. Obviously that's out of session, but I swear it was around about here in this area where Sky took a trade, which is why I'm confused, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, I mean, what he could have done is he could have just taken a sell straight as price broke out of this level or this range and used like an ICC setup here and then sold where the momentum is. Or I'm not 100% sure, or he might have taken a trade in Asia session. That's kind of the conclusion that I came to. But yeah, I just wasn't sure at all, to be honest. But then I saw this move here because I was like, okay, I'm just gonna forget about this setup, and then I'm gonna mark out this level and I'm gonna sell underneath this level and look for an ICC setup anywhere here. So anywhere in this area, I wanted to see an ICC setup. So whether that was indication, correction, continuation, or this big one right here. This is like perfect to me, except from it's selling off in Asia. Might have to set out that trade. I was originally trading Asia session and happily taking entries in Asia session, but I'm trying to stay out of it for a few reasons. I apologize, my throat is really dry now. I can't be bothered to go and get my juice. It's on my desk. But for a few reasons, I've chosen not to trade in Asia because Trades by Sky says that he tries to keep most of his trades in New York so that he has that momentum to push to TP. Yes. He says that when he takes trades in London, they tend to chop around and he tends to sit in drawdown before it gets to TP, and then it will get to TP in New York, which, yes, I get that. I've experienced that back testing, but not in the live markets. I don't think I've taken a trade in London in the live markets, but I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But Asia session is around about the time that I'm working, so I don't want to be trying to hop on and off the charts while I'm at work. Like, yes, I work an admin job, I could totally do it, but I just feel like if I do that, I'll get more losses than wins. Usually while I'm at work, I'll just check on what price is doing if it hits my alerts, but I won't be forming a whole entry because I find that, like, when I'm looking at it on the big screen, I have so much more clarity, I have much more calmness. When I'm at work, I'm probably going to be more inclined to stop my trader early. I'm going to be more inclined to go to break even. And then the last time that I took a trade while I was in work, I wasn't analyzing the markets properly. I took a trade too early, and then that same day I doubled down on a trade. Now, that was partially a psychological mistake, but it could have been avoided if I had just waited and taken the trade in New York. And I only have one trade a day, so I want to take the trade where the volume is. And if the volume's not there in Asia, then why would I risk taking a trade early in Asia when New York might come and bring a perfect setup that's going to go straight to TP? Do you guys know what I mean? But yeah, that's just my thought process. But when I was backtesting, I could backtest Asia, and I was finding wins in Asia, and I was getting more losses, but I was getting more wins than losses in Asia session when I included it, and I'd get a higher percentage gain on the account. That's why I went into live trading being like, yeah, I'm going to trade all sessions because whatever. Because I've backtested and all sessions are profitable with my strategy. But I just think when it comes to real life and actually trying to balance looking at the charts and at work, it's a little bit too hard. Not too hard, but it's a little bit it makes the trading process hard. Not harder. I feel like harder is a word. I'm not trying to be lazy, but I'm trying to not make the wrong decisions because I have to be in the right headspace to make the right decisions. And that's why I like trading London and New York, because it's like I'm at home, I don't have to be anywhere, I don't have to do anything. Yeah, I have things that I can do, but I mean, the majority of the world is just sitting in bed on their phones. I don't need to be driving to the gym, I don't need to be going anywhere specifically. But yeah, that's just my thought process, and I can focus more in New York and London session. So yeah, anyway, so yeah, I feel like I've been yapping a little bit, but I feel like it's all kind of ties in together. But I mean, this is the opportunity that I observed outside of Trades by Sky's trade. I saw that there was an indication, which this is the move that I was going to call the indication, and price just kept forming this bearish structure, so it made a very big indication, and then it kind of got stuck here, and then it started correcting, and I'm like, yep, slay, let's correct, let's let price do what it wants to do. And then now it looks like it's going on a continuation on New York, and I mean, potentially could have taken a trade here. You could have taken a trade here on this one. Could have taken a trade. I usually, if you guys are unfamiliar, if you guys haven't heard me explain it, I'll usually show where the potential opportunities could have been. It helps my learning process, and then it also helps me see my strategy on the charts and understand it. For me, I I'm very picky with my entries. I only take a few entries, and I'm looking at adding new instruments into my watch list so that I can be watching more than just gold. So I don't mind taking a few entries on gold and not trying to take entries like every single day, or like I'm not the one to be like jumping on every single opportunity that gold gives me. It's when price aligns to me and what I understand and what I think is what I want to trade. If that makes sense. Like I don't want to be taking entries that I don't 100% believe in. That's just my opinion though. But yeah, so that's why I'm kind of showing you these trades that I didn't take. But yeah, you could have taken a trade. Honestly, I think here would have been a good trade. But again, I wanted to wait until price was below this level because I knew that there was buyers sitting here. That's simply the only reason. And I knew, okay, I mean, I could take an entry here, but I'm only allowed one trade a day. And I know that there's buyers sitting here. I know that price could fight back and buyers could buy back up. Price has been pushing all-time highs. From this level, it pushed to all-time highs. So I don't want to be risking taking a trade here when I could just wait an hour and take a trade below this level. Which is why I'm pissed that now Asia session I'm getting a trade below this level that I could take to target this, and it's making me second guess my entire life because I'm like, damn, I should take this trade. Oh my god, like literally like my ears are like burning right now because I'm like, oh my god, it's a 1 to 2.3. I could totally take this trade. Like I'm really exposing myself here. But I've got to stick to my rules. Again, I'm only allowed one trade a day. It's literally gonna be New York session tonight. I'm pretty sure it's FOMC tonight. Is it Thursday? Wednesday night though for me, because look at that's 2 a.m. So that is literally tonight. It's FOMC. Today might test my psychology, I'm telling you. Like, it might actually test my psychology. The only way I would take an entry is if I get an entry in the end of London session or start of New York session, where the entry is so ridiculously clear that I must take it. But I mean, the Feds have been speculating rate cuts for a minute, so if they cut rates, gold should push up. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to like get familiar with what's happening in the economy right now. But anyway, this is turning into a morning analysis. But let's keep it to where it is. But yeah, this whole setup, I could have taken premature setups here in this little range right here. But I mean, gold pushed up and then it just consolidated for the rest of the session. So even if I took an entry here or literally anywhere where I just said, I would have been holding through drawdown all night, which I prefer not to hold in drawdown. It's gonna happen. It does happen. But I mean, for my strategy and when it works, it usually just goes straight to TP. Like this is usually what it looks like. That's usually it. Like I will literally be in drawdown for a second and then I'll be straight to TP. And like, yeah, that might be because my stop loss is too wide, but my stop loss is at the invalidation level. So yeah, that's just what I've seen when my strategy works. But yeah, I mean, looking at this, it's like, oh, I should have taken a trade when Sky did the trade, blah, 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 blah. But I want to stick to what I understand and to what makes sense to me on the charts. And it doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense, low-key, taking a trade in Asia. But again, not my thing. I would have rather waited for New York, where the volume is, where price is more likely to hit my levels. But I mean, Asia does give good price action, I won't lie. But yeah, to me, it doesn't make sense taking a trade just below this level because this was the low that I was observing. Just below this level just to go here where the buyers are. And I mean, here, price obviously didn't react to the buyers that were here, but I know that they're sitting here. Like, I definitely know that they're sitting here. Or, I mean, that's a bit unfair to say. I don't 100% know, but like, from reading market structure and price action, this is the low that price pushed up to make the all-time high off of. So sellers are most likely going to be sitting at this level in accordance with the ICC strategy. So if I'm going to be selling into the buyers, why would I just sell like to this level when price could, have a sharp reaction off of this level? Like I could, in reality, I could sell to that level, but again, I'd rather just wait for something a little bit better in New York session. And I'd rather go from this level to the new indication, which is more recent price action. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I'm open. Oh, the TV turned on. I'm open for criticism. I'm open for suggestions. But again, like, I will only trade what I understand, and trades by sight is an amazing mentor. He's an amazing trader, but just because he shows a trade that he's taken doesn't mean that I'm immediately going to jump into any trade that he takes. If I don't understand it, what's going to happen when he goes on holiday and he doesn't want to trade, or what's going to happen when it's just me on the charts? I need to understand what I'm taking. But yeah, that's just my opinion. Anyway, let's journal this trade to end off this video. Okay. I was gonna journal this morning, but then I was like, wait, I gotta wait for my video. Okay, obviously we're doing gold. It's gonna be such an effort when I start trading multiple instruments to do this on multiple instruments. Setup, new indication, and correction, no continuation. No continuation. No clear continuation. Emotions, I was pretty calm, but also got a little too eager when Sai messaged. Because he messaged a group chat, like the Telegram group chat, and he was like, oh, maybe I'm back in. I can't remember the exact message that he sent. What do you guys think I'm looking at? And I knew that he was looking at gold because my alert went off. And I was like, oh my god, he's trading gold. Oh my god, where's the entry? And then I got onto the charts and I was like, I don't understand where the entry is. Like, I understand that, yes, gold is looking good. Don't understand where the entry is. Like, I understood. I showed you guys. Like, I showed you guys, like, if we're going from this level, we can see that price has made that indication. And it's made a correction. It made a lower high, a high, it made a lower high, a high low, and a higher high on this correction, and then it made a continuation. Like, I can understand that. It's an Asia session though, and he doesn't trade Asia session. So I don't know, maybe I'm just thinking that he took a different thing. Maybe he didn't even take a trade on gold. Maybe it's not even gold that he was talking about, which would be crazy. I would just be like so stupid and blind. Did I follow my plan? Yes. Mistakes noticed. I didn't do my affirmations. I like print them out. Just been writing 8 key takeaways. Market always presents opportunity. What will do better tomorrow? More study, more practice. I didn't get to do any back testing today because I was too busy. Screenshot. I was planning to nap this morning because I woke up super early and I didn't end up napping before work because it's currently 6:30 and I've been up since like 4. So wish me luck today. But yeah, that's my trade recap for yesterday. Again, I might need to just do more studying. I hope that Trades by Sky posted trade breakdown for the trade that he took, because that's going to be so helpful for me, because if I missed out on this opportunity or this trade and there's something that I generally wasn't seeing or something that I wasn't understanding, that would be so helpful, because that means there's probably other opportunities that I wasn't understanding fully. So every opportunity is an opportunity to learn. Maybe I made the right decision by choosing to wait. Maybe I didn't, but it will be a lesson either way. But yeah, I hope you guys had a great trading day. Let me know how your day went, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I document my entire trading journey on this channel. Everything from morning analysis, trade recaps, to just yapping to the camera and telling you guys about like the raw reality of me. And like just more like, I don't know, more like personal than just like sitting on the charts. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you guys later today. Bye.